Zeus. Zeus was the king of all gods. He ruled from Mount Olympus. Zeus controlled the sky, thunder, and lightning. His symbol was the lightning bolt. Zeus had many children with different women. This made his wife Hera constantly angry. Zeus overthrew his father Cronus to become king. Cronus had swallowed all his children because a prophecy said one would overthrow him. But Zeus survived. His mother hid him and gave Cronus a stone wrapped in blankets instead. When Zeus grew up, he forced Cronus to vomit up his siblings. Then Zeus and his brothers divided the world. Zeus got the sky. Poseidon got the sea. Hades got the underworld. Zeus was not always fair. He punished people severely for small mistakes. But he also protected guests and enforced justice. Greeks both feared and respected him. Hera was Zeus's wife and queen of the gods. She was the goddess of marriage and family. Her symbol was the peacock. Hera was beautiful and powerful, but she was also jealous and vengeful. Zeus cheated on her constantly. Hera couldn't punish Zeus directly, so she punished his lovers and their children instead. She tried to kill Hercules multiple times because he was Zeus's son with another woman. She turned one of Zeus's lovers into a cow. She drove another one completely insane. Hera represented the ideal wife in Greek culture. She was loyal and protective of marriage, but her rage at Zeus's affairs made her one of the most feared gods. Even the greatest heroes avoided making her angry. Poseidon. Poseidon was the god of the sea, earthquakes, and harses. His symbol was the trident. Poseidon was Zeus's brother. After they defeated Cronus, Poseidon received the oceans as his kingdom. He lived in a golden underwater palace. Poseidon had a violent temper. When people angered him, he caused storms and earthquakes. Sailors prayed to him before every voyage. Coastal cities built temples in his honor. Poseidon competed with Athena for control of Athens. He offered the city a saltwater spring. Athena offered an olive tree. The people chose Athena. Poseidon was furious. He flooded the entire region as punishment. Greeks believed earthquakes happened when Poseidon struck the ocean floor with his trident in anger. Hades. Hades was the god of the underworld and ruler of the dead. His name meant the unseen one. Hades was Zeus's brother. After defeating Cronus, Hades received the underworld as his domain. He rarely left his kingdom. Greeks feared saying his name. They used other titles to refer to him. Hades wasn't evil. He was just stern and inflexible. Once someone died and entered his realm, they could never leave. His symbol was a helmet that made him invisible. Hades kidnapped Persephone to be his wife. Her mother Demeter was the goddess of harvest. Demeter was so devastated that all plants died. Zeus intervened. Persephone would spend half the year with Hades and half with her mother. When she was in the underworld, winter came. When she returned, spring arrived. Athena was the goddess of wisdom and strategic warfare. She was Zeus's favorite child. Her birth was unusual. Zeus swallowed her pregnant mother. Later, Zeus had a terrible headache. Another god split his head open with an axe. Athena emerged fully grown and wearing armor. Athena was a virgin goddess. She never married. She represented intelligent warfare, not brutal violence. Her symbols were the owl and the olive tree. She also carried a shield with Medusa's head on it. Athena helped many heroes. She guided Odysseus home after the Trojan War. She helped Perseus kill Medusa. She invented the olive tree and the bridle for horses. Athens was named after her. The Parthenon temple was built in her honor. Apollo was the god of the sun, music, poetry, healing, and prophecy. He was Zeus's son. His twin sister was Artemis. Apollo was considered the most beautiful god. His symbols were the lyre and the bow. Apollo drove the sun chariot across the sky each day. This explains sunrise and sunset for the Greeks. Apollo was the god of truth and prophecy. The oracle of Delphi spoke his prophecies. Kings and generals consulted the oracle before major decisions. Apollo could cause plagues with his arrows, but he could also heal diseases. He was both feared and loved. Apollo had many lovers, but most relationships ended tragically. One was turned into a tree. Another was killed accidentally. Apollo represented civilization, order, and reason. Artemis. Artemis was the goddess of the hunt, wild animals, and the moon. She was Apollo's twin sister. Artemis was a virgin goddess. She never married. She spent her time hunting in forests with her followers. Her symbols were the bow and arrow. She also had hunting dogs. Artemis protected young women and children, but she was also ruthless. When a hunter named Actaeon accidentally saw her bathing, she turned him into a deer. His own dogs killed him. When a queen bragged about having more children than Artemis's mother, Artemis and Apollo killed all her children with arrows. Artemis represented independence and strength. She rejected marriage and male control. Young Greek girls prayed to her before their weddings, asking for protection. Ares. Ares was the god of brutal warfare and violence. Unlike Athena, who represented strategy, Ares represented bloodshed and chaos. He was Zeus and Hera's son. His symbols were the spear and helmet. Ares loved battle. He didn't care who won. He just wanted fighting. Most gods disliked Ares. Even Zeus said he was the most hateful god on Olympus. Ares wasn't popular among Greeks. Only Sparta truly honored him. Ares had an affair with Aphrodite even though she was married. Her husband Hephaestus caught them and trapped them in a magic net. He called all the gods to see and mocked them. Ares represented the dark side of war, the destruction, the rage, the senseless killing. Aphrodite. Aphrodite was the goddess of love and beauty. She was the most beautiful goddess. Her birth was strange. When Cronus cut off his father's genitals and threw them into the sea, Aphrodite emerged from the foam. She was married to Hephaestus, but she had many affairs, most famously with Ares. Aphrodite could make anyone fall in love. She wore a magic belt that made her irresistible. Her symbols were the dove and the rose. Aphrodite caused the Trojan War. She promised Paris the most beautiful woman in the world. That woman was Helen, who was already married. Paris took Helen to Troy. Her husband's allies attacked Troy. The war lasted 10 years. Aphrodite represented desire and passion, but her power often caused destruction. Hermes. Hermes was the messenger of the gods. He was also the god of travelers, thieves, and trade. Hermes was Zeus's son. He was born in a cave. On his first day of life, he invented the lyre and stole Apollo's cattle. Hermes was clever and mischievous. His symbols were winged sandals and a staff called the caduceus. He could move between the mortal world, Olympus, and the underworld. This made him the guide of dead souls. Hermes helped many heroes. He gave Perseus a sword to kill Medusa. He helped Odysseus resist a witch's magic. Hermes was patron god of both merchants and thieves because both required cunning. He represented communication, speed, and cleverness. Demeter. Demeter was the goddess of agriculture and the harvest. She controlled all crops and grain. Her symbols were wheat and the cornucopia. Demeter had a daughter named Persephone. When Hades kidnapped Persephone, Demeter was devastated. She searched the world for her daughter. In her grief, all plants died. Animals starved. Humans began dying. Zeus intervened. He made Hades return Persephone. But Hades tricked Persephone into eating pomegranate seeds. Anyone who ate underworld food must return there. A compromise was reached. Persephone would spend 6 months with Demeter and 6 months with Hades. When Persephone was with her mother, Demeter was happy. Plants grew. This was spring and summer. When Persephone was in the underworld, Demeter mourned. Nothing grew. This was fall and winter.